Gather around the table once again for another session of Dungeons and Drakfus. And today, we're taking on yet another troll dungeon, everybody. So, it's time for us to take on the ending dungeon of Drak, which just so happens to be called Gundrak. So, we're going to head into the fortress of Gundrak, and we're going to be doing this heroic because this is actually another dungeon that had a secret boss. So, let's go ahead and do this. And we actually do have quests in here to turn in, which should start us where we need to go. Now, technically, this dungeon has two entrances. You can technically go in either way and start with a different boss order, which is really cool. I actually like that concept, but a lot of people went this traditional way. So let's go ahead and talk to... Oh, wait. Okay, I thought I had somebody to turn this into. I guess not. Or maybe they changed the guys? I don't know. Well, we'll keep it until we're near the end and see if we actually come across it. Let's go ahead and grab the quest from Tolmar.
Hello, man.
So, Galdara must pay. So, this be a dark day in troll history, man. Galdara must pay. It must have been those most awful thing I ever seen. The great Akali, slain right before my eyes. Horrible. My job be to observe only, but this cannot stand. Galdara and his followers must pay. Avenge Akali's death, man. It be the right thing to do. Okay.
Later.
Then one of a kind. This whole mess could have been avoided if the Drakari had worshipped their gods instead of destroying them. I heard that they have a special golem, one imbued with a forbidden power. Bring me back a piece from that golem so that we can learn from our brothers and sisters. Okay. Then finally, for prosperity. The land of the ice trolls is a shadow of its former glory. If you be having the courage, search for history tablets to see what brought the Drakari Empire to such an end. Perhaps one day we be given this land back to a new line of frost trolls. Okay, now I actually forgot to do the lore of this place, so let's go ahead and look up the lore of Gundrak. Desperate to save their kingdom from collapse, the trolls of Drak have turned on their ancient gods. The wild deities are now considered a source of untapped power, their potent blood providing the means to repel the Lich King's minions, who have overtaken parts of the troll nation. Heroes have recently journeyed to the beleaguered region to strike at the savage Drakari and their maddened prophets. Okay, so this is what we're doing. We're taking care of the maddened prophets that have taken care of the animal avatars that they worshipped not so long ago. And we're going to start things off with a snake avatar, because that's always fun for trolls. So we're going into the Den of Seratis. There we go. Oh, and actually, I completely forgot, but I'm going to go ahead and turn off the auto loop, because I always do that. And you guys always laugh at me. So here is actually, it's not that far in, and we're already to the first boss, who is Sledron, the High Prophet of Seratis. So let's go ahead and look up his lore. Sledron took no pleasure in sacrificing the Loa he had served all his life. As the powers of his god surged into him, the High Prophet swore that the Scourge would suffer for the atrocities the Drakari trolls were forced to commit. Alright, so let's go ahead and get things started.
My Scourge was not our greatest enemy.
Okay, so there we go. Sledron has been taken care of. We're also going to grab this tablet, and actually you do need to remember to do this on your way out. Actually, I'm going to grab this tablet first, because I want to get these quests done as quick as I can. There we go, 2 out of 6. Make sure you click on the altars, because they actually do hamper your progress in the instance. If you don't do that, then you can't make your way to the final boss. So now that we're done in the Den of Seratis, let's go ahead and move to the next altar. But in the meantime, we have to move through this bone chamber. Okay.
It's too far.
Let's just go and take care of these snakes. So, once again, happy Monday, everybody. I hope you guys are having a good day today as we continue on in the Wrath of the Lich King expansion, or at least the dungeons for it. We already did the story. And here we are in the next area, which is, I like to call it the Colossus Wing, because it's mainly dealing with all of these Drakari golems, but there technically isn't an avatar here. There used to be, as we previously heard in a quest, the altar of Akali was here, the rhino god. But now he's not there. So instead we have a Drakari Colossus. Let's go ahead and go into the lore of it. The trolls use the use of mojo in their voodoo magic has long been established, but the fusion of those magics into a golem was a revolutionary breakthrough. Their initial success led to the creation of numerous sentinels, all spawned from their original creation, the Colossus. Shadow of the Colossus! Yeah, I'm sure you can make that joke. Let's go ahead and take care of the Drakari Colossus. And this is just kind of a multi-phase fight where you take care of the elemental mojo that's powering it, and then he will go back in. And now we just take care of the mojo again, and we win. And there you go. The Colossus fragment is now ours. And let's grab this history tablet. Or actually, is it Akali? No, they actually do have the Colossus one, so here you go. Open the altar, and you can see it burn, and the key has now opened. And now we just have one more altar to open, but first I want to showcase this area because... oh my gosh, this has been such speculation for such a long time. Even I have kind of bought into the speculation. I think there was something originally designed for this, and then they forgot about it. So there's this tail that's actually like right here, and it's an awesome part of the dungeon. But a lot of people have in the WoW community have speculated that this might have led to either a troll raid within Wrath of the Lich King, or this might have been like a hidden boss, or maybe leading into something later. We've never gotten that answer. In fact, Jesse Cox showed the image, I think, to Chris Metzen, and he's like, I don't know what it is. I'd like to think it's like Hakar or something like that, because the colors are very similar to Hakar, but we don't know. But I wanted to showcase that because it's still a cool thing to look at. Now, technically you have a choice here with the Cave of Mamtoth. You can go down this path, or you can brave the piranhas, and most people just brave the piranhas. So all you have to do, especially for a monk, is just hit your Flying Serpent kick, and you're fine. And then you bypass lots of trash. And I'm not necessarily worried about showing you guys the trash, unless it had some significance. But this one doesn't. So, okay, let's continue the train of flowing. Oh, dang it, I still need one more tablet. Oh, there we go. That'll do. Okay, so obviously there's some arena battling going on, but we don't care because these guys are as good as dead to me. And here is the third boss, which is Murabi. Oh my gosh, I hated this boss back in the day because everybody wanted his achievement. And therefore, and here's the thing, everybody wanted his achievement, nobody was willing to do the homework on it. Or at least every pug that I went into, nobody was willing to do the homework on it. So, here is Murabi. Let's go ahead and go into his lore. The Drakari sought to sacrifice Mamtoth for his powers, but instead the Loa destroyed himself. Despite this act, Murabi would not be denied his godlike powers. The High Prophet drank of the Loa's blood, and will now stop at nothing to keep Drak firmly in troll hands. So, obviously he has taken on the Mammoth avatar. There we go. And I got less. That's the achievement, actually. Less Robbie. Is throughout the fight, he'll actually do an ability where he becomes a mammoth, and you have to interrupt it. Because every time you interrupt it, he gets faster at casting it. And so you basically, it's a I don't want to say a war of attrition, but it's a time limit. Because eventually he'll get instant cast, and then you're just screwed. So you have to kill him within a certain amount of time before he gets too fast in his casting. And I would always get the group who's like, I want to do the achievement, and nobody did the homework on it. And then they'd realize, oh wait, we have like 2 interrupting classes, and back then cooldowns were pretty insane. So, oh, but we're gonna continue to do it. And then eventually I'd leave the group because I'm like, dude, you haven't even done your homework. You don't even have the group necessary to do this thing. Alright, so normally we would move on to the final boss, but we're in Heroic Gundrak, so we can actually take on a bonus boss where this door opens right after you take out Murabi. And it leads into kind of the catacombs of Gundrak, where there's a bunch of Gorloks here. Huh. Now, I'll admit, a lot of people wanted to do this achievement too, and I didn't care because it's stupidly easy. I don't think we're going to be able to get that going today, but all you have to do is go into this room, and eventually the boss will show himself. Or not. There we go. So here is Ek the Ferocious. So let's go into his lore before we pull him. The Drakari sealed their failed Gorlok experiments away after numerous attempts to weaponize them. As the Frost Trolls battled the Scourge invading their beloved homeland, Ek and his minions awaited the moment their freedom was at hand. Okay, so Ek the Ferocious. Let's go ahead and take him out. Yep, I killed him way too fast. Basically, what you would want to do with Ek, because he wasn't that hard, is he had an ability where he could barf on you, and it would give you a debuff. And the achievement was basically to finish the dungeon with the debuff, because if you died, you lost it. But by this point, it was kind of stupidly easy to be able to do, unless you started in this. This is actually the other starting point, is you could have started with Murabi, and then gone to Ek, and maybe gotten the rest of the stuff done, but a lot of people just started from Sladron and then moved their way over here so that it wasn't hard. So, now let's go ahead and move on to the final boss, because you'll notice that the bridge is now opened. Now that we have all of the avatars pleased. Let's go ahead and begin the final little bit, which is obviously gonna have some rhinos. Remember, the avatar Akali has been killed. And it just so happens that there's a Drakari troll that has taken his place. Or that has taken his power. I'm just gonna go ahead and grab these guys. Yay! Just grab them all. Come on. There we go. Grab all these Drakari rhinos. There we go. Okay, so here is the final boss, which is Galdara. Let's go and go into his lore. The Drakari turned to their loa as the Scourge invaded the nation of Zuldrak. The Frost Trolls did not come to the loa with implorations. They came with blades. As blood flowed from their murdered god Akali, the High Prophet Galdara and his betrayers claimed the loa's strength as their own. And so now we take on Galdara, the Rhino avatar. There we go. And now we've gotten Gundrak taken care of. Now, the cool part is that... Oh, actually, is that the other guy? Yes, it is. So he actually is on the other side. But I think, yeah, they're going to actually make their way over here. So let's talk to Chronicler Bakini. Bakini, get it? Bikini. Let's go ahead and talk to you.
Talk to me.
So just check in. It's busted.
You be careful, man.
Is it busted?
Be shy.
I think it's busted. Yeah, I think the quest is
Stay
busted.
away from the voodoo.
Well, let's go ahead and drop it then. And now let's go ahead and turn these in with Tolmar. Hi, Tolmar.
What's she looking for?
So Galdara must pay. You done it. There be no more. Here you go, man. Take this gift for bringing justice to the frozen wastes. All right, thank you.
Inventory is full.
Oh, no. Inventory is full. Well, okay, I will, let's see, what can I get rid of right off the bat? Just go ahead and drop that. Go ahead and drop that. Go ahead and drop those scales. There we go.
Relax.
Okay, so now that we've done this, let's go ahead and grab the belt.
They seeing ya.
And one of a kind. You find a golem. I'm sure it's in there somewhere. We did. Here's a fragment. Amazing. Amazing. This be like nothing I ever seen before. Good work, man.
Later.
Okay. Then for prosperity, you find the Drakari history tablets, man. History. I meant history. I can't talk today, apparently. We trolls been subject to the splitting of empires for longer than some races been existing. We always regrow from the ruins. And you get a ring for it.
Okie dokie.
And that does it for this episode of Dungeons and Drakfus. We are done with Gundrak. When we come back, though, on Tuesday, we're going to take on the first of the 2 5-mans in the ancient Titan city of Ulduar. We'll see you guys then.